Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today, we actually got a surprise new update in Warzone and Black Ops 6. Obviously, we just had a content update go live yesterday, adding in the new event, the Blaze of Glory event. We saw a couple other things change over the past few days, courtesy of COD Updates posting some new tweets. But today, we actually got a new update requires restart update, little hotfix update that'll require you to reboot and go through that whole cycle. And with it, we actually got some new patch notes for Warzone, some pretty important ones. We actually have some surprise meta update patch notes that are ideally going to balance things out a little bit more. So as we do go through all the updates, all the changes that they detail here with the Wednesday, May 7th update, if you guys enjoy the video, a like rating is always seriously appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, you want to guarantee that each and every single day, you are always in the know for everything going on in COD. This is the place to be to stay up to date. So feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. But with our Wednesday, May 7th update, like I said, just a hotfix update, no major download required for this one. You'll just have to go through the update requires restart cycle. They do detail one disconnect issue. I'm actually going to mention this in a video probably later on today with some other game-breaking issues that are finally starting to see some acknowledgement. But yes, the server disconnect issue has been going on a ton. They say that these are not due to known malicious attacks or activity, but like I said in a later video, we're going to talk more about this because there's some really weird stuff going on at the disconnects. Stay tuned for that. Like I said, probably later today, most likely. Ranked play updates here. Public events. Restock is replacing fire sale in ranked play. We've been closely monitoring the economy since returning to Verdansk. With recent adjustments to the overall economy, specific strategies involving fire sale have become more dominant than intended. While additional tweaks are underway, we are going to be replacing fire sale with restock as we gather data. Our goal is to reduce the incentive of stockpiling cash and to encourage players to manage and spend their cash strategically throughout the entire match, especially in the mid to late game. So fire sale will return at a future point within ranks. They're just going to temporarily replace that while they work on balancing that out more. I have to imagine that means they're probably going to adjust how much stuff is discounted within the fire sale, and they're trying to figure out what the correct amounts are, and they're testing that internally to see what's too dominant, maybe what's too expensive, everything going on there. And then we get into our weapon updates, and here's where things get a little bit interesting. I actually caught these weapon updates a little bit earlier. I posted on my Twitter. I got this update requires restart. First thing I did was go to the damage values on some of these weapons, and I caught some of this earlier. We'll do some comparisons here on the main one here in a moment, but on the AMAX, the headshot multiplier was actually decreased, so the AMAX gets a slight headshot nerf. Sprint to fire speed was slowed down a decent bit there, and the ADS sight move speed was also reduced there. So AMAX damage is going to be a little bit worse to the head. That's about it for that. It did seem like the headshot damage value in game was nerfed a decent bit there. Then the AK. The maximum damage was reduced from 45 to 39. So we'll talk about this and do a little side-by-side in just a moment. They say with this tab, though, we are making this adjustment to give SMGs more room to shine in the close range while keeping the AK as a great mid to long range option. So this to me is not a huge surprise by any means at all. Obviously, the AK being a better SMG than the SMGs and a better shotgun than all the shotguns is a fundamental issue. So that had to be nerfed. I was surprised it didn't happen with Season 3 Reloaded, quite frankly. They just nerfed like some of the mobility and whatnot there, but now that damage has been adjusted, and in-game, it seems more substantial than just their note here. Like I said, we'll do a side-by-side comparison in just a moment with the damage before the nerf and the damage after the nerf, because it seems pretty drastic, at least based off the in-game values. They also did some updates on the Krig. The medium damage range 1 was actually increased. The headshot multiplier was buffed. The velocity was buffed. The ADS speed was slowed, and sustained recoil was improved. The Krig's recoil was holding it back from being a viable option compared to other ARs at range. This change allows it to compete. So the Krig actually sees a solid buff there. Depending on how good that recoil update is, that could be really, really good for the Krig. It was already pretty competitive, but its control was just really awkward, so that could be a really solid update there, honestly. SMGs, the C9 max damage was actually buffed as well, 38 to 40. So this change to the C9 is to bring it up to par with the other SMGs in close range combat. That's solid there as well. Snipers, the HDR, flinch resistance reduced by 60%. Interesting. Heavy stock flinch resistance reduced and combat stock flinch resistance reduced. So the flinch on the HDR is now going to be worse across the board, right? With bug fixes here, they fixed an issue where users would sometimes redeploy from the gulag without a weapon at times. An issue causing placements to appear incorrect after a Battle Royale casual match. We just talked about that one yesterday. An issue causing eliminated players to drop a field upgrade they were not carrying. This was allowing players to basically just get free loadout after free loadout. If you threw a loadout drop and then you died, all your loot would drop, and the loadout drop marker, your last used field upgrade, would drop as well. So that was kind of crazy. And then they also fixed an issue preventing the jack/aftermarket part from appearing in the gunsmith as well. We do have some other global updates as well that are pretty important that I want to mention here, but real quick, I did just want to do this side by side of the AK that I caught, like I said, a little bit before the patch notes went out. The pre-update values, this was from my top 10 video right after season 3 reloaded happened. Headshot damage was 50, the body shot damage was 45, basically across the board. Lower torso was 40 and lower leg was 40. Now though, the headshot damage is only 43, the body damage is 39, the lower torso is 35. Like, that's a pretty distinct damage drop off there. 7 points to the head, 6 points to the body, and then 5 points to the lower torso and lower limbs as well. That seems like that's more of a nerf than just what we saw with the patch notes there. Interesting. Anyways, like I said, we also have even more notes to break down. We do have a new global update now with this, the blueprint weapon swap sort of feature here, where you can combine different blueprint attachments, is finally live in game. In the gunsmith, customize any Black Ops 6 base weapon or weapon blueprint with a skin you've unlocked or purchased. For weapon blueprints, players can customize their skins with other existing attachments. For base weapons, players can only change the look of their base skin. I believe I saw some posts saying this also now works on MW2 and MW3 weapons as well. The ability to edit blueprint skins comes to Black Ops 6 today, allowing players to mix and match attachment skins. Players can customize skins in one of two ways. New in Black Ops 6, enter the skins menu from the gunsmith to see which skins are currently equipped. From here, players can change the blueprint skin equipped to the build, which also automatically applies the skin to all compatible attachments. Players can also view and change the skins equipped in that menu. When equipping an attachment or highlighting an equipped attachment, press the Y button on Xbox or triangle or the 5 key to enter the skins menu there. Keep in mind that some Mastercraft blueprints are a built-in Mastercraft look, and that'll preserve the skin no matter what there. We look forward to seeing what kind of Franken builds you can equip. They also renamed the Desecration Lateral blueprint to Dreaded Comedy there. Couple multiplayer updates. No way! The only if you're an active viewer here on the channel, you know. Address various stability fixes. The only thing that got updated in multiplayer. And then in zombies, address an issue where quick revive would not move to the first perk slot when obtained, and then also lowered the muzzle flash brightness as well. So main updates today, the surprise meta update, and then the blueprint mixing feature now fully live. Pretty solid, all things considered. Doesn't, drastically shift the meta, but it balances it out even more there for sure. That being said, that is going to wrap things up. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy. Have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.